How does a corpse win a battle? Well, a dead man managed to help launch a massive invasion. It's the biggest in history, and Hitler believed him. It's D-Day, the 6th of June 1944, but you already knew that. It looks like a triumph of brute force. Nearly 160,000 Allied troops make the landings in Normandy. Thousands of ships, aircraft overhead, and beaches under fire. But that story misses the sly part. Before any landing craft had hit the beaches at Normandy, the Allies had already been fighting a secret battle, and one of its central figures had never even taken a breath. His codename was Major William Martin, and on paper he had served in the Royal Marines. In reality, Major Martin was a corpse dressed in uniform and floated in the sea near Spain, and he had a briefcase strapped to his wrist. And inside sat fake letters suggesting that the Allies were going to invade Greece and Sardinia rather than Sicily, and Spanish officials handed them to the Germans, and Berlin swallowed the bait. German troops shifted away from Sicily. Operation Mincemeat had worked. Now, you're quite right in saying that Sicily is not D-Day, but Mincemeat had taught the Allies something vital. German intelligence could be steered, even at the highest level, if the lie felt human enough. A love letter in the pocket, theatre tickets, banknote overdrafts, tiny details. That lesson became gold in 1944. For D-Day, the key villain still remains Adolf Hitler, and German High Command is expecting an invasion. Their problem lay in where was it going to happen. Normandy made military sense to some extent, but Calais was the far finer option. It was a shorter crossing from England and it had better ports. So the Allies leaned into that expectation and they built an entire false invasion. The operation name was called Fortitude, and in the southeast of England they made a fake pop-up army group, units with no soldiers in them. And from the air, reconnaissance photos showed a military build-up, and on the airwaves, operators mimicked the real commands building up towards a war. And to German analysts, the pattern looked convincing, because the Allies had built an entirely believable world. And then came double agents, the most important of which carried the codename Garbo, Jean Pujol Garcia, a Spaniard who had convinced the Germans that he ran a vast spy network in Britain. He sent reports that mixed truth, delay, and fiction all together so neatly that Berlin believed him. Before D-Day, Garbo told Berlin that Normandy would see a diversion, and the real landing force would be at Calais. And that suited Hitler just fine, because he already believed it. And that belief shaped the battle. Even after troops started landing at Utah, Omaha, Gold, and Sword, and Juno, German leadership hesitated. They kept powerful divisions back to strike the real force that was going to land at Calais. For days, that phantom army held them in place. And that's why D-Day worked.